Hi, it's Jay from Iridescent Tarot back with some more sparkle for you. So today I wanted to film a little April wrap up, and this is not going to be very long because April went by and my tarot practice was kind of meh. Like, I don't know exactly what happened. I feel like it's interesting that it's kind of lining up time-wise with the discussions that have been happening on Tarotube lately about deck overwhelm and tarot fatigue. And I don't necessarily think that either one of those is necessarily what's happening. It's just there's this natural waxing and waning of like level of interest and level of engagement that I have with my tarot practice, and it was just a month where it was in a wane, or it was in a wax. I don't know which one. But yeah, I just haven't done as many readings this month. The readings that I did do were on the smaller side, more like the daily draw type, one card pulls, one or two cards here and there, but nothing that's been like super significant or big. And I think that it's okay to have months like that. I can't be full force learning new things, like integrating new material all the time. There has to be sometimes in between those big pushes where I just like let the information kind of just like settle in, and yeah, it doesn't have to be like this big, huge production every single month. So welcome to my April non-production production. It was funny because on, I think it was Julie's Peekaboo Rose's video, I had commented on her tarot fatigue video mentioning like, oh, like I have been having a little bit of a lull this month, and I was thinking about how like I was going to be filming an April wrap up and like, what am I going to talk about? And that's not to say there has been no tarot. Like there has been tarot. It's just not as much as like what we're used to seeing. I definitely didn't want to like force myself to engage with the cards in any way. I have this channel because I like sharing my authentic, experience with tarot with you, and having that sense of community around these experiences that many of us go through, which is varying levels of interest in the cards. And so yeah, that's just where I'm at this month. So I do have a couple of new decks to talk about today. The first one is this Luna Soul Tarot. This is a deck that has been on the radar for quite some time now, but I just never ended up actually moving forward with it. I did find a used copy for a reasonable price and figured I'd give it a shot, especially given the fact that it's very, very springy in color palette. I liked many things about this deck. I thought that the illustrations are pretty close to the RWS system, but giving like a little bit of a hint of something different here. Like this structure that they're using in the Four of Wands looks different than the normal RWS, but it gives the same meaning. And I just thought it was interesting depictions of some of those more common RWS theming. I liked the new take on some cards. I liked the diversity. I like the color palette a lot. And the main issue that I have is there are a few cards that are very, very people focused. So like, for example, I see this card and I just see like Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't know. And like, as I've spoken about before, when I can see people that I just like recognizable faces in the cards, I struggle with that a little bit. But I think there's only like 2 or 3 that are like close-up people faces that bother me in this deck. So I'm going to give it a go, despite it having people-y people, and just see how I do with it. The guidebook is fantastic. So let's take a look at the Hierophant. What I know is the notebook. What you know is the pen. What you discover will fill the pages. There is knowledge and tradition. Look to what others have taught you as the foundation for your own insight. Now is a time to allow wisdom to be passed down directly from someone more experienced than yourself. There are moments in life when we acquire knowledge and other moments when we pull up our own wisdom. Now is a moment to acquire. The humility that is required to educate ourselves is often the openness we need to unlock the latent power, knowledge, and strength that was in ourselves all along. Even a hermitage can't be created from scratch on one's own. But know that a teacher is only a signpost pointing towards your goal. The final authority on any matter can only be yourself. However, education for a time is no great risk. I liked the guidebook. I thought it was just enough with the little quotes and snippets that yeah, I just liked it. So yeah, just like some of the people look a little bit cartoony, but I'm trying to see how well I can work with that, and see how we get on. So this is the Luna Soul Tarot. I still have been working with Shanna's recommendation, this Simple Abundance Daybook of Comfort and Joy. So reading an entry here and then pulling a card from the Pressed Flower Tarot. That's been just one of my pretty low effort daily draws where I just read a passage, pull a card, and move on with my day. And that has felt doable. This Pressed Flower Tarot is just such a thing of beauty, and that beauty is what has been drawing me to this practice, where if I didn't have a deck that was this like visually engaging and just fun to look at, I don't know that I would have kept up with this as well. In an effort to increase my interest in the cards, I did start using my spread machine oracle a little bit more this month, and I've been enjoying this Mother Tarot. So drawing either 1 or 3 of these cards here, and then matching it with a tarot card down below. And that's been something that I have found to be manageable. So yeah. I was at this vintage secondhandy type store and found this really cute bird card holder. And so immediately it is literally the perfect little holder for my little bird cards. So that's something that's been bringing me a lot of joy lately. I shared a combination on my Instagram of a passage from one of Mary Oliver's poems in the book Devotions, and I matched up 3 cards from the Common Oracle and then pulled 3 tarot cards, and I really, really liked that as well. Again, these are just like some of the lightweight lifts that I've been doing, where I play with my cards a little bit, but they're not like these huge intense productions. I also pulled out Witch Kittens Oracle because usually I find myself reaching for Spirit Kittens the most, and then the Witch Kittens I don't pull as much, even though they're like the same thing. So I just switched it up a little bit and pulled out Witch Kittens off the shelf, and this has been helpful because again, I can just pull 1 card and then either use it as an oracle itself, I can use it as a topic for a tarot reading, or I can use the question at the bottom to pull further tarot cards. The Spirit Kittens and the Witch Kittens never fail. They just always pull through, and they're so comforting and fun to look at, and yeah, they're just like a feast for the eyes. I love this one. My nail polish today, I'm not a big fan. So I was going for like a 90s kids vibe, and it just fell flat. So this is Mooncat Sinking Feeling and Lost Polaroids, and then I topped it with Cirque Sylph to give it that like pearlescent shine, because these are both just no sparkles or anything. And I can't say I love the outcome. I don't know. No perfume today because those spring allergies be hitting. And as for books, I did finish listening to the audiobook of The Wise Heart by Jack Kornfield. I really enjoyed that. I think that the subtitle, which was something to do with Buddhist psychology, wasn't entirely, I don't know necessarily that it focused on like the psychology aspect of it. The book was an enjoyable listen and enjoyable read, but I don't know that that's like, if that's a focus enough to call it the subtitle. And then I really would like a more general book on Buddhism. So if anybody has recommendations on some just general books on Buddhism that were a good listen or read, I would love to hear about them. And then as for TV, we finally caught up and finished The Pit. The finale was definitely a difficult watch, but I think that it depicts some really important issues. I'm interested to see if they come out with another season or what the plans are moving forward. I'm drawn to this card, so let's see what it says. Compassion. When the storms are vicious, When I crumble and fall, kindness and love catch me in their soft embrace, cradling me in compassion. My cosmic heart awakens so I may see myself and everyone and profoundly care. Where can I invite in even more compassion? I'll leave that over here. Once the pit was over, my husband and I tried watching Traders because it was recommended by like multiple people, but we couldn't even get through one episode without one of us falling asleep. It was like such a snore fest to me. I don't know if it gets better, but it just, I don't know. It's just like a murder mystery type thing, right? Like, am I missing something? I don't know. And then I started watching, Kevin Can F Himself. And what really bothers me is like having all these different channels that we already, like, we don't watch a ton of TV in general, but we already have like multiple channels that we have to pay for. So having to add like another new channel really bothers me. Like, I hate when I see a show that I want to watch and it's on some random thing, and this is on Sling. I've never even heard of that. So anyways, we're doing the free trial, so I'm going to see if it's worth continuing, if the show can warrant signing up for another new thing. But basically, what's cool about it is like half the show is in this sitcom laugh track energy, and then half of it's like the regular drama type viewing. So like it goes back and forth between the two, and I've never seen a show do that. And so I'm curious to see why it got such good ratings. So yeah, I don't know what May will bring. I really hope my allergies let up, because I think that that's been a large reason why I haven't had the energy to really dedicate to tarot that much this month. It's just like, I know that there's like another month to go until it lets up, but I'm hoping that it improves a little bit. I hope that you're doing well. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the things, and I will talk to you later. Signing out.